So, okay, what's up, man?
What's up, Myron? My name is Jarrell Felix. I'm a sophomore aerospace engineering student here at the University of Florida, and I actually grew up watching your content in high school.
Okay.
And at first, I did love your content. However, as I progressed through my years of development, especially as a man, I felt like you weren't painting the best picture in terms of what it means to actually be a man and what it actually means to be a good man and also what it means to be a good woman. For instance, I feel like a lot of your podcasts are, you're showcasing the bad sides of what a woman is, but you're also not showcasing what it means to actually what a good woman actually looks like. So and I also don't think that you give like a great representation of what it means to actually be a good man in terms of character, in terms of how you actually like show up in the world just beyond like actual work ethic. And so I think in terms of your overall goals, I think it would actually serve us best if you didn't just give us like something to run away from, but also something to actually run towards for all of the people that watch your content. And I feel like that's something that maybe you could do better. Maybe it's your platform. Obviously, maybe I'm tripping. But in my eyes, as someone who did watch your content, I don't think you complete the picture of women and men and how they actually function in society.
Okay. How did you consume it mostly when you would watch? Like what platform?
Mostly, it was the YouTube podcast. Mostly
YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay. So, because that's a little weird because we have like a whole show called Money Monday where we teach guys how to get their credit up, make money. Yeah. We have Womanizer Wednesday where we teach guys how to vet women properly, how to, be a protector, provider, etc. We're real big on, gender norms. So I don't know if you've like watched everything or you've seen everything. Keep in mind that we do different types of shows because that just doesn't make sense with what you're saying. Because like we've absolutely covered a lot of those topics that you're mentioning or being critical of to help guys out with getting their money on point. Because I've been very realistic that, women's standards have went up thanks to feminism, right? You got to earn more money as a guy. You got to be more competent. It's more competitive now than ever before for men since women make their own money.
Yeah.
So we've given a solution to that, and the solution is to simply just you can't be an average guy anymore.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe you didn't see it. Maybe because most people watch the clips and the after hours when we're doing debates. But we do a daytime show where we talk about self-improvement. So maybe you missed that.
I probably did, but I do think like most of your content, at least what it looks like, is just showing the bad and not showing the good. And
well, keep in mind, people clip my stuff all the time.
Yeah.
And that's not me. They just clip it because it's viral. Yeah. And they always clip the drama. They don't clip the other stuff.
Yeah, I've also like sat through your podcast and everything, but I do think instead of like targeting like women deserve less, I think you should push even more how men should do more, because most of the things that are happening in society are like this is a man-run society. Us as men, as leaders, we dictate how a lot of these things actually go down. And so I feel like it's like the downfall of Adam and Eve, right? It's Adam.
So here's the problem.
Yeah.
What you're saying is what we always tell men, right?
Yeah.
So we put like no burner performance on the female side. Mm-hmm. So if I sit here and I'm like, yeah, guys, you got to do better. I say that all the time on my show anyway.
Yeah.
But what's a bit more polarizing and gets people's attention to actually understand the problem is, hey, you guys need to stop being simps.
Yeah.
Because the problem is that a lot of guys chronically undervalue themselves while women chronically overvalue themselves.
Yeah.
You talk to any girl, what do you rate yourself 1 out of 10? She's going to say like an 11. Mm-hmm. So a lot of women have an extremely narcissistic and solipsistic mindset thanks to social media, the progression of the internet, etc. So I'm reframing it so guys understand, look, when you deal with women, you need to date from a defensive perspective, and you have to come in and make her earn things. Because what most guys do is kind of what you're saying, like just rise up and be a gentleman and treat her really well. And it's not 1956, it's 2026. And women have changed a lot. So guys need to deal with the new normal.
Yeah, I'm not saying like be a simp, but I'm saying be a leader. And being a simp and being a leader as a man are completely different things. And I feel like when you put
being a leader is also making a woman pass her compliance tests and not giving her everything up front.
Yeah.
Because that's the issue is like we don't really teach young guys how to properly vet women to not, because a lot of guys give everything up immediately. Like they start courting her immediately. They start treating her like a princess immediately. And I'm saying you don't do that because getting put into being a nice guy never gets you ahead.
Yeah, but like in terms, like on your sign right there, it says women deserve less.
Yes.
Why not have your campaign be like men should do more in terms of
Because we tell young men that every single day. So here's the difference. Men, every time they wake up, when they interact with the world world reflects back where they stand. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
So if
for
you're a
sure.
loser,
Yeah.
right, you're fat, whatever,
yeah.
your experiences represent that. No one
Right.
respects you. Girls don't want to talk to you. People look at you weird. You don't get social interactions. You don't get opportunities.
sure.
So men have to deal with the reality of their inadequacies.
Yeah.
Women don't. You could be a fat ass bitch, look like crap, have no future, smoke weed every day, but be on a boat with future. Like that's the difference. So I'm trying to teach guys that you need to make women comply to you, and you have to make them earn you. The problem is that we're so willing to simp for girls that, quite frankly, don't deserve it, and that's a very backwards approach, and it simply doesn't work. Being a nice guy has never worked.
Okay. Gotcha. Thank you for your time, man.
No
Have
worries.
a good one.
No problem.